So, oh no, this is news from 5D. I just realized something with my setup. Anyway, tonight's thoughts from 5D is called. There's so many amazing things getting built around you. Do you even notice? This is thoughts from 5D. I'm Otis 5D. So it's no cap, right? That's just what's on my mind right now, right? That's what thoughts from 5D is. That's what's on my mind right now. There's so many amazing things getting built all around all of us every day, at all times, all the time. And it's easy to not only not acknowledge that, but focus on the horrible things that are either collapsing all around us, forming all around us, etc. But I feel like I wake up every day and something new that I always wish had existed now exists, and it makes some usually fairly trivial part of my life a little better. Whether that's some kind of like food product, or whether that's some kind of travel app, or whether that's some kind of productivity tool, or whether that's just some little improvement, wherever I happen to be. And I think this is partially on my mind because I watched this great video. I really recommend this guy. He doesn't have that many views. His name is John McKenna, and his channel is called, on YouTube, I think it's called Kriya Life, Kriya. And he was just talking about gratitude, pretty basic stuff, nothing earth-shattering. But as he was talking and I was listening, and, he was encouraging, to be focused on what you're grateful for, the first thing that came to mind was just like, it's so crazy the time we're living in. And at this exact moment, I'm not talking about Ye's 72 hours of bliss, or the Doge dismantling government corruption. I'm more just talking about like the tools for self-empowerment and self-sovereignty. If one wants to take one's life into one's hands, whether that is their, digital privacy, whether that's their financial life, whether that is their food, both production or consumption, the ability, obviously it's a small percentage of people that are utilizing that ability, but that's just human history, right? But the ability to increase one's sovereignty is just on such a steady uptick in so many areas. Now, again, trust me, I'm not stupid. I know that you can say, wait, what are you talking about? Facial scan cameras. I get it. I get that there are a lot of negative things that are simultaneously occurring, but I think an insufficient amount of mind space is spent for the amazing things. Let's just focus on one for a minute, is DeepSeek, right? So you take DeepSeek and you take a Mac Mini M4, and you have something that people wouldn't have believed would potentially be possible in our lifetimes. Right now, for under $1,000, you have a private, local, nearly highest level AI that can assist you with thousands of things that you might want to do. Is this the be-all, end-all of human existence? No, but that's the thing. People move goalposts. if you had told someone that they were going to be able to have such a thing at the beginning of COVID in 2020, 5 years later, they would have just taught they would have done is mocked you, dismissed you, and treated you like you were a total moron. And now that we're there, those same people will say, it's not even that good. Like, what do you even use it for? Right? So that negative mindset, like we're in the process of eliminating the woke mind virus. Potentially the next mind virus we have to eliminate is something like the goalpost moving virus, or it's not even that great virus. And replace it with like joy and awe and wonder at the miraculousness of what is happening all around us. And the most important part, God, I would have been so upset if I had finished the video and not said this. You're not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, even if you're Elon Musk, you're not doing it. It is a global phenomenon where there are just every day thousands of nodes coming online of people who pass the threshold of self-empowerment where they're like, you know what? I'm going to try to make content. I'm going to try to build an app. I'm going to try to build a product. I'm going to try to, do some 3D printing and add that to kind of like the open source repository of 3D printable things in the world. I'm going to take the knowledge that I've gained from all these experiments I've been running, doing permaculture and eco villages, and I'm going to put it online. So just more and more of the wealth of human experience is coming online, and all of us are the beneficiaries of it. And that includes, everybody likes to talk about the African children, the poor, they're the beneficiaries too. They all have their Huawei and Oppo phones, and they're on YouTube and TikTok all day, just like everybody else is. So it's like the whole world is gaining access to this. And again, I want to reiterate, is this utopia? No. Are there massive downsides to like social media addiction and screen whatever and blue light? Sure. Take a moment and look at the good part. The good part is, okay, good. Last thing I'll say on this topic. I thought back to my childhood and like what I like to do. And one of my favorite things to do, I grew up in a very rural area, was get taken by my parents to the bookstore. And it was like walking into just this, as far as the eyes could see, just things I could take in. And I've been thinking about this recently. It's just being in the magazine aisle and poring over all these magazines of all different genres, a lot of like tech and video game stuff, but all kinds of things, and the classic books and blah, 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 blah. And if I had told myself as a child that decades later I would have at my fingertips like all the content that has ever existed in all of human history, and if you know where to look, it's all free, I would have said, oh, you must be describing heaven. And it dawns on me every so often that I'm living in it. And what's challenging in a good way is that now that I'm living in that world, the majority, or at least the plurality of the people around me, are like, this fucking sucks. This is like dystopia. This is fucked up. this shit sucks. It's like it's very negative. There's a lot of negativity about it. And it's very difficult, humans being mimetic creatures, to divorce oneself from that negativity. But when I step back in isolation as a single player game of existence, I'm just like, oh, this is like a utopian heaven. This is so crazy. Like any book, somebody tells me a book, 30 seconds later I have it. You know, somebody tells me I should watch something, 30 seconds later it's downloading. That's just beyond my wildest dreams. And is there more? Can it still get better? Yes, infinitely. It's an infinite fractal of eternity. And you're in it. So it's really, it really is in many ways. There is a very, let's just say this. There is at least an aspect of a golden age forming all around us. And every day it intensifies because as more people build more tools, it empowers, the bar goes down because the new tools make it easier for people with fewer skills to create new things. And more and more and more things get created that enable more and more and more things to get created. And I'm very grateful for that. And I encourage you to take some time to find the aspects of that you're very grateful for as well. I think not only is it a good exercise, it's like it makes you feel good, and feeling good feels good, and it is thus Ouroborosly complete. So anyway, check out my website, see what I got going on. Go fuck yourself. Peace.
Otis5D.xyz.
Go fuck yourself.